Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is episode 2 of TheWizzaHands. This is just a quick introduction to what the episode's going to be about. So, I had planned on doing a discussion about loyalty, only briefly go over that, just wasn't into it. Today we talk about fitness, music, following a path as a musician in the music industry. I discuss being in your 20s and how the education system has shaped your perspective on what life should be like during your 20s. Brush up a little bit on cannabis and just a lot of random ramblings. Discuss me not eating meat and people's perspectives on vegetarians and veganism. Nothing too exciting. I was pretty stoned last night, so didn't get into it as much as I thought I was going to. Had a long day at work and whatnot. But yeah, hope you all enjoy it, and this is TheWizzaHands.
Roll this shit like I'm in the game. Roll this shit like I'm in the game. Whack this bitch like I with a flame till I watch she's yo walk in the bay, bro. Roll this shit like I'm in the game. Roll this shit like I'm in the game. Whack this bitch like I with a flame till I watch she's yo walk in the bay,
And welcome back, everyone. I'm Remedy. This is TheWizzaHands. This is episode number 2. And I had a basis of what I wanted to discuss on this podcast, but I tried recording an episode, got about 15 minutes in, and just realized that I was talking a whole lot of shit about something that I don't even really feel like discussing. I was going to talk about loyalty and how I believe that like pop culture has influenced how we feel about loyalty, and then just like personal stories about loyalty and trust and whatever. But honestly, I reckon I could sum it up in a short paragraph. So the way we view loyalty has been changed by popular culture through movies and televisions. Even if it's not like a mob movie or something, every movie or show you watch has some basis of loyalty and the limits of that loyalty and whatever. And I believe that we take those perspectives and bring it into our lives, and we expect everyone that we bring into our life to have that limit of loyalty. And that's just wrong. It's like expecting something from someone and then it doesn't happen. You get angry at them because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to. It's the same thing. You expect something from someone and they break that loyalty or trust or whatever it is, and you judge them like they've been like that the entire time you've known them. So yeah, that's my opinion on how pop culture and that has changed loyalty. And yeah, I don't really want to go much further than that. I was going to talk about like personal stories in my life of loyalty and that, but like I don't want to focus on that. I think those stories will just probably come up during the podcast anyway. So yeah, that's basically what I've planned for like the last week for this podcast, and I don't really know where I'm going to go now. It's been a busy and slow week since I recorded the last podcast. And by the way, it's like randomly turned into some fucking cyclone or tornado outside. I had to walk home in it like 10:30 at night. It was not fun, but I missed the rain, so yeah, fuck you, Mother Nature. Yeah, anyway, so last week I've had exams and a couple of assessments coming up in about a week and a half. So for the last week I've been doing anything but study. I've been trying to just ignore the fact that I have this coming up. I'm not academically minded, so I do struggle with this stuff. I think I'm kind of dyslexic, but I'm not sure. I've never gone and got it checked out. I don't even know if it's that. I fucking hate that study lifestyle. Like, I was like an early school dropout, and yeah, just never really liked it. I'm enjoying it more this time around because it's like my choice to go and study. But it's been a year and a half since I studied, so it's been a bit of a shock. The Melbourne campus is completely different from the Sydney campus. It's much smaller, doesn't have much of a culture, and yeah, there's not really much there in comparison, which is a shame because when I was studying in Sydney, we heard like so many cool stories about Melbourne. But in the time since I studied in Sydney to coming down to Melbourne, a lot's changed. I think a lot of the students have graduated or dropped out in that time, so there's not many people there in comparison to Sydney, which is pretty shit. Yeah, the Australian Institute of Music, there's the Sydney campus on Favreau Street and the Melbourne campus on King Street. If you want to go learn more about the business side of music, which I think is really important for artists to do, to have a proper understanding of the business side of music. If you're stepping out into the world as a musician and you're performing live and recording albums and either trying to get a label deal or do it independently or a bit of both, I think it's really important that you go get some sort of teaching in the business side of the entertainment industry to protect yourself, have a better understanding of how it works and what is the better path for you yourself to take as an artist, to have a complete understanding that you are a product. You're selling a service and a product to your fans. You're not just making music if you want to make money from it. If you don't want to make money from it, it's a completely different story. But if that's something that you're interested in, like following up as a career, then definitely get a solid background knowledge in the business side of what you're doing. Don't just trust that the person you've hired to do it for you's got your best interest at heart. You have to take into consideration majority of people out there are doing certain things as a job to get money, to have a life. And even if these people did go into it thinking they're going to help artists, a lot of the times it turns out that they care more about themselves, which we all do, than the artist. So, yeah, be careful about what you're going to do out there. But yeah, Australian Institute of Music, check it out. It's more expensive than going through a normal university. If you want to network and meet some proper people from the entertainment industry, then it's definitely a great place to go. If you just want the degree, look into finding a cheaper course, because it's like 60 something. I think it's like 64,000 for the degree, which you can get for like 18,000 at majority of other unis. But yeah, if you don't care about that, definitely check it out. It's got some good shit, man. I've also been getting fit again, sadly. Gained about 25 kilos in the last year and a half, which I'm pretty pissed off about, but understandably so. Signed up to do a challenge for the Samsung Health app. Have to do like 200,000 steps in a month, which I know for a lot of people that's easy, but I'm pretty fucking lazy, so it's been a lot. I'm trying to do about 10,000, like 9.5, 10,000 steps a day, which I've been hitting, so that's good. I think Donald Trump is like number one on it. He finished it on like April 2nd, and it started April 1st. He did like 268,000 steps in like a day and a half. Fuck. That's crazy. That dude's definitely on fucking Adderall and shit. That's just a ridiculous feat there. Mr. Trump, you cunt. Yeah, so there's that. I've lost about 6 kilos since the beginning of the year, which is pretty good considering I don't work out too much. I've gained probably 2 kilos of muscle, so I am taking that into consideration. Even though I'm trying to lose weight, I'm also gaining muscle, so I'll be gaining weight. I was doing pretty good with my eating. I started doing intermittent fasting. I think I pronounced that right that time. I'm terrible at pronouncing it, so I don't like to talk about it with people. Yeah, that's been pretty good. I've been doing that for about 2.5 months now. I've been doing it 7 days a week, but I've broken it a couple times just out of laziness and being stoned. But yeah, like I did a lot of research into it before I did it. Found out about 1.5 years, 2 years ago about it. Never did it. Just was like, it's another one of those scam type things, until I kept reading and I realized it's not a diet. It's not like a magical lose weight thing. It's you're supposed to control your calorie intake within those hours, and the fasting allows your metabolism rate to improve, so you burn off more calories and take in more. Yeah, so your intake of calories is lower and you burn off more calories. There's nothing magical about it. It's just common sense. So if you're struggling to lose weight, I would suggest even doing it for like 3 weeks. Just pick I think like 8-hour window. Yeah, pick an 8-hour window where you can eat 2,000 calories max, and do that for 3 weeks and see how you go. Because I didn't really struggle at first. I struggled probably about a month in. I think that's more my willpower than anything. It's like, I just like can't be fucked. Just can't be fucked. I'm just gonna eat whatever's here, and I'm trying to fix that again at the moment. So I started back up again today because over the weekend I just ate like a bunch of shit. Got really stoned, just ate like a bunch of shit. But I think it's okay to do that though. Like, people are always like, oh, you have to have a cheat meal and shit. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Why do you have to focus on it being a cheat meal? Why not just like eat like shit every now and then? And just the next day don't focus on it. Like, that's my thing, is like people focus too much on shit. Like, don't talk about it all the time. Just do it. If you do it and you don't focus on what it is, it just becomes normal. But if like with the fasting, at first I was like focused on it all the time. It's like, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I can eat, and it's 9 o'clock, I can't eat. Now I'm just like, okay, it's like, I look at the time, oh, it's like 1:40, I can eat. I'm not waiting for that 1 o'clock anymore, because I stopped focusing on that I was like doing a fasting thing. I was just like, this is my window of eating, and I'm just going to roll with it. And yeah, I found it quite easy. I think a lot of people would if they just don't focus on it. Like, I don't eat meat. I don't call myself a vegetarian. I don't look at fake meat and go, that's fake meat. I go, that's protein and that's like nutrients. I need to eat that because I'm not eating meat. I don't look at like fake chicken nuggets and go, oh, it's got to taste like chicken, because it doesn't. And anyone that tells you that fake meat tastes like what it is lying to you and lying to themselves. And they're lying to themselves more because they're trying to motivate themselves to eat it. Like, I'm not giving up meat, but you're focusing on that you're not eating meat. Stop focusing on the fact that you're not eating meat and just eat the food because you need to eat the food. Speaking of, my stomach's like yelling at me because I'm fucking hungry. But yeah, like, I don't look at fake sausages and go, that's going to taste like sausage. Like, I was at one of Melbourne's 420 picnics. It's not the main one, it's just like the smaller one leading up to the one on 20th of April this month at Flagstaff Park in Melbourne. Gonna try and do a 420 episode. a lot higher than I am right now. I know that much. But yeah, like this dude's like, oh, I like them. So we're cooking a couple of veggie snags, and this other guy's like, yeah, but do they taste like sausages? And the guy's like, yeah, man, I really think they taste like sausages. Like, I eat them and I don't see a difference. And I'm like eating this fucking thing, and it's like, the texture of it is like a sausage raw. Like, it's this like leathery, squishy fucking thing. It does not taste like sausage. It doesn't taste like a sausage. It barely looks like a sausage. It's just like in the same kind of shape as a sausage, and they're like, this is a vegetarian sausage. It's like, no, this is a stick of fucking nutrients, and just eat it like you do with most foods. Like, before I quit eating meat, I would just eat food because it was there. Like, a lot of the food that I gave up when I stopped eating meat, I don't miss because I didn't particularly like it when I had it. Like, I don't like minced beef. That's one thing I've noticed, is like when I eat spaghetti bolognese now without meat, I don't miss the fucking mince. I don't need to go buy fake fucking corn mince from fucking Woolies or whatever. Like, I just make it and I eat it because that's what I did when I had the mince, and I just fucking ate it with the mince because that's just what I did. And like, even still, like with that, all right, I don't eat meat, but I'm not a vegetarian because I probably eat animal fucking parts and shit. I don't fucking pay too much attention in the ingredients and things that I eat. So like, every now and then I'd eat something with fucking chicken fat in it. But I shouldn't have fucking people be like uppity at me because I did that. Like, it's my fucking life. I've stopped eating meat because of multiple reasons. Like, I stopped eating chicken about 2 years, year and a half before I stopped eating meat, because I always thought it was weird that we potentially poison ourselves to eat like chicken or pork. Like, you can get salmonella not only if it's not like cooked right, but just like if someone's left it out a bit too long. Which, fuck man, growing up in my generation, we had fucking chicken sandwiches after school that was like in our bag all fucking day. Like, that's just what we did. That shit can kill you. So like, that fucking kicked in one night when my mate cooked all these fucking chicken wings, and they were like all raw, and I was like heaps stoned. I think I ate like 4 before I realized they were raw. I just fucking mung down on them, and then I slowed down, and I was like, fuck, this is not good. So I stopped eating chicken, and then I was working at the aquarium in Sydney, and fuck man, walking in to an aquarium in the morning is like the most peaceful fucking experience ever. And I still ate fish when I started working there. Like, it didn't even really bother me. It was when I realized that there was a fish and chip shop inside the aquarium, and I was like, fuck, that's really messed up to sell fish to kids that just spent the day looking at fish. And I stood back from like human life of eating animals. Like, I was like, all right, this has nothing to do with us eating animals. This has to do with like a corporation trying to make money in a really fucked up way, if you think about it. Like, that is fucked up. I don't care. Like, you wouldn't have like kids walk through a fucking petting zoo of cats and then feed them cat when they walk out of the petting zoo. So why the fuck is that okay with fish? Like, even if we ate cats, you wouldn't do that. It's just not right. Like, you wouldn't have kids go fucking play with a bunch of fucking lambs all fucking day and then feed them a dead lamb when they come out. Maybe when they go home, just because you don't make that connection. But like, fuck, that really fucked with my mind. So I stopped eating fish. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then, anyway, enough of me rambling about why I stopped eating meat. Look, just to sum it up though, I completely understand why people get weird around like vegetarians and vegans when they do eat meat. I ate meat for 24 years. I ain't gonna fucking judge anyone for eating meat. Like, at all. Like, people get people I've known my whole life get really weird around me now when I eat. And it's like, I don't give a fuck if you're eating meat. You can eat meat in front of me. Like, I understand there's people out there that aren't like that. It's why I don't fucking label myself as a vegetarian, because I'm not like that. I don't give a shit what you fucking eat. The only thing that I will say to you, and even if I didn't stop eating meat, I think I would still have this opinion now. Look into where your fucking food comes from. Like I know I just said that I don't really look at the ingredients of shit that I eat. But like, if I was to eat meat again, I would eat meat from a place where I know where it came from. I know how it was produced. I'm not going to just fucking go, yeah, I'm going to eat this fucking plastic wrapped foil fucking weird thing that costs way too much money from the fucking shopping center, and then find out like months later that it's like fucking cancer tumors on a fucking pig. Like, this shit fucked with me when I ate meat, and I still ate meat. Like, I understand. It was just like a long experience of me paying attention to these things, and one day I was like, I had enough. And if you don't want to pay attention to these things, that's fine. I don't fucking judge you. I don't fucking care. Just fucking do what you want, man. As I said, it's my fucking life. Don't judge me. It's your fucking life. I'm not going to judge you. So there's my fucking rant on not eating meat and people that fucking chuck a shit when you stop. Like, fuck, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, we got the 420 picnic coming up in Melbourne. At Flagstaff. I really want to do a 420 episode. I was thinking about just like discussing cannabis, pros and cons and everything. It'd be better if I had someone to discuss it with. Never know. Might have some people over. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into it because I do want to discuss it on like a totally different episode. But I'm stoned now, so I'm gonna just like brush on it. Like, I do understand that there are negative sides to smoke marijuana and negative sides to people having THC in their system. I'm not going to sit here on a high horse like so many other people and be like, it's 100% fine. Everyone should do it. Not everyone should do it. Straight up, not everyone should do it. If you have like fucking mental illnesses and shit like fucking schizophrenia and psychosis and that, you should not smoke. You should not smoke marijuana. It's really bad for stuff like that. Like, I have a friend that when he smokes marijuana, he has the worst anxiety attacks. For me, it normally does the opposite. Although, actually, in the last year, a couple of times when I have got stoned, I have experienced a high amount of anxiety. I think it was because for a while there, I stopped. And then when I started, I had like copious amounts of it. I think my system just went into a bit of like an overload. But like, I do understand it. People shouldn't smoke weed if they don't want to smoke weed. But saying that, majority of people that I've met that have been against it, that tried it, were no longer against it. They might not have always started smoking it or encouraged people to smoke it, but they were no longer against it. So if you have like a negative experience on it, you shouldn't just judge it from that one negative experience. That's like your negative experience. I've had negative experiences on it. You probably go out drinking, fucking had a terrible night, thrown up everywhere, woke up 2 days, you feel like shit, but you'll do it again the next weekend. So like, take that into consideration as well. But yeah, I'm slowing down because I really don't want to get into this right now. I got the cotton mouth like a motherfucker. Yeah, I've been playing YelaWolf's new album, the Trunk Music 3. Last album that he's releasing under Shady Records, I do believe. I didn't listen to the album he released before. I think I listened to like songs from it, but I didn't listen to like the whole album, or if I did, I wasn't paying much attention. Because I loved Love Story. I thought it was a great album. There's like 1 or 2 songs on it that I do not fuck with whatsoever. That one when he's like singing about spilling spaghetti on the floor and his dad beating him or something. Just terrible song. Terrible song. From a writer's point of view, I understand why he wrote that song. And it was like his feelings and emotions, but it was a terrible song. Should not have been on the album. But yeah, Trunk Music 3, I like it. I was pretty excited to hear that he was doing another Trunk Music. I fucking love that shit, man. Like Pop the Trunk and stuff. They were great songs. Box Chevy. I love that he's got Ritz on Box Chevy 6. That's great. I love him and Ritz together. I thought it was weird that he kept MGK's verse on the album, and I know that it was like done prior to Kamikaze being released, but he's always like had a beef with MGK, so it's really weird that he's got him on the fucking album. I do like the song. After the whole like Eminem MGK beef, I lost pretty much all respect for MGK. It was like at the point where I couldn't even stand listening to his voice anymore. And I think he made like a lot of stupid choices, and I understand he's trying to make money and stuff, but like he went like pop, like more pop than he normally goes. I really don't like it. I think he's a fucking douchebag, but I still like his music. The Rowdy track with YelaWolf made me start respecting him, I guess, as an artist again, just because I like the song and it made me remember why I did like him as an artist. But fuck, I don't think I could like listen to his music properly anymore. You know when like someone's voice just irritates the fuck out of you? Like you like him for so long and then one day you're just like, fuck, what was I thinking all these years? That was like kind of my realization with the Eminem and MGK beef. Although I'm really glad that just like ended. that was stupid. Should not have done that. But yeah, anyway, I like that there's not many features on the album. It's just like a quick, smooth YelaWolf album, and it's fucking dope. I'd like to go see him live again, have him perform some of that shit. That Drugs song's really good. I like the ideology of his storytelling in that. Catfish Billy 2, I think. I fucking love that. I love his Catfish Billy shit. Fucking redneck. It's American. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out. Check out Love Story. And check out like his mixtapes and shit, like the old school Trunk Music. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. I had a really long day at work. I work at fucking Caltex and it's shit. It was just like, I took the job because it was round the corner from me. And I was like, I need money. So I took it because I hadn't been here too long. I needed like work history in Melbourne. And that was like coming up to a year ago. And I fucking hate it so goddamn much. Hope no one from work hears this. I feel like I'm back at Woolworths. Like 10 years have passed and I'm back at like my first job. Like I had to wear a Woolworths shirt for a promo for a month, and it was like the exact same shirt I had to wear 10 years ago at Woolworths. And I was just like, fuck, I have not achieved anything in my life. And like I have this thing where it's like, people have this idea that by the time they hit 30, they need to have their whole life sorted out. Everything. Where I reckon 30 is where you start getting your life sorted out, because you're forced into this 13-year minimum path of education where majority of your life, for 13 years, is spent in this institute. Even if you're homeschooled, it's like you're still in those hours kind of grouped in to not having a social life or any other choices. It's just like you have to do these things. So when you graduate or whatever, like I didn't graduate, fuck that shit, I was too dumb. Yeah, whenever you graduate or get out of school, you have like three choices, right? You can go study, go to university or college, TAFE, whatever. You can go party and travel and live life, or you can go work full time. Or you just be a lazy fuck, stay home. There's 4 choices, I guess. But yeah, they're like your main choices. So the next 10 years, you get to experience the world properly. Even if it's just like a little town out in the middle of nowhere, you get to go experience that properly as an adult with your own choices, and you have to face your own fucking repercussions for those choices and all that shit, good and bad. You get to live life, but you were learning how to deal with society and how to fit in a totally different type of institute that feels like it has no barriers. So you've been educated for 13 years to think and act one way, but then when you get out, everything is completely different to how you've been taught it is going to be. So why should in that 10 years you have the next 60 plus years sorted out? Like, you were growing, like your brain doesn't stop growing till you're 25. So say you get out and you're 18. That's like 7 years of your brain growing. In that time, you should not be making the choice on what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. Go study, go learn to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. But you shouldn't have your entire life planned. Like, go travel before you have kids. Just do it. Even if it's not much, just go travel. Go see some different part of the world and experience a different culture before you have kids or get married. Like, the person you might fall in love with could be on the other side of the world. You shouldn't just like get married to the girl that you met in high school and have kids and stay together forever. Like, some people that works with, majority it doesn't. We like to believe it's going to, but that's just like some movie fucking bullshit. Like, it's not statistically going to happen to you. So go experience life and have fun and grow as a person in that 10 years. Find out who you are in those 10 years. And when you're 30, yes, have some part of your life planned. Have a goal or an idea of something you want. Have a job that can lead you somewhere. Be studying so you can have a higher education to go somewhere in life. I will not deny that. But don't try and be where you need to be when you turn 30. It is one of the worst choices that you can possibly make. We are living in a completely different world than they were back in the 80s and 70s and whatever. Like, you have the chance to make something of yourself and to experience life. You don't have to settle down in your late 20s, early 30s, have a family, have a house, be locked into debt, and have a job that you're not really happy with just because it pays the fucking bills. Like, go make something of your life. Like, people so obsessed with this idea of leaving a legacy behind so they're remembered, they live on, and all this. Your legacy shouldn't be you. It should be what you've done. Like, people that start charities or people that like save people's lives, they shouldn't be remembered for those people. Like, I'm not saying those people don't mean anything, their name should be written from history or whatever. It's the thing that's happened. So like, their legacy is the group of people they're saved, not that they saved them. Their legacy lives on in those people, not the charity. Like, even if the charity's named after them, it shouldn't be focused on them. It's like, yeah, okay, they did this amazing thing that led to all these other amazing things. Focused on the amazing things that are being done. When you go out in the world, you had the ability to change more than one person's life in an instant of meeting them. Remember that. Like, saying hello to someone one day, just randomly on the street, can have a huge impact on that person's life. Don't take that for granted. Go do wonderful things. Live your life. Experience. Love. Get hurt. Cry. Scream. Break things. Fuck. I don't care. Just don't hurt people. And have fun. Smoke some weed. Try some psychedelics. Live. Live. You could die tomorrow. Alrighty. Peace out. Yeah.